I spent a night in the world's most haunted forest, and here's what happened. It was one of those days where I just had to get out of the house. So I decided to head into the woods near my home and just explore. So I stopped to take a few deep breaths. And then I heard it. As I made my way back to the car, the forest seemed to close in around me, the trees like gnarled fingers reaching out to grab me. When I finally got to the road, I could see that the sky was filled with clouds and the old street lamp was swaying in the wind. I felt like I was being watched the entire drive home. I didn't find any evidence of the witch, but I did find a strange, jagged rock that looked like the gnarled finger of a hand reaching out from the ground. I also found a small, weathered wooden box that looked like it had been buried in the dirt. But as I was examining the nail, I noticed something strange. It was a perfect match for the keyhole in the wooden box I had found earlier. Could it be possible that this place is really haunted? And if so, what other secrets is the forest hiding? Every time I looked up, I could have sworn that I saw a dark figure standing in the trees, but when I stopped to look, there was nothing there. I turned around, but there was no one there. I continued on until I came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a large, ancient tree with a thick, gnarled trunk. I felt an overwhelming sense of dread as I approached the tree. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was definitely not what I found. There was this noise in the trees that sounded like someone or something was rustling around in the leaves. I discovered that the forest I had hiked in during the day was said to be haunted by a witch who lived in the area during the 1700s. Legend has it that she was burned at the stake for practicing witchcraft. And ever since then, people have reported hearing her screams in the forest and seeing her ghost at night. I tried to convince myself that it was just the wind, but then I saw it. A full shadow, dark and imposing, seemed to emerge from the trees and then vanish again. I don't know how long I stood there, but eventually the sun began to set and I realized I had to get home before it got dark. The plan was to hike to the old iron bridge that crosses the river. It's a beautiful spot, and it's probably one of the most photographed places in our small town. But because I got there so early in the day, I had the whole place to myself. There are tales of ghostly hikers, mysterious lights, and even a ghostly dog that can be seen roaming the forest. As I made my way further into the trees, I started to feel like I was being watched, so I started to run. That night I couldn't sleep, so I decided to do some research. Well, that was just the beginning. I soon discovered that there are all kinds of eerie legends associated with this place. The next day I went back to the forest to see if I could find any trace of the witch or any of the other legends. As I was exploring, I could have sworn I heard the sound of footsteps behind me. In the end, I found nothing but a small, rusty nail in the tree's bark. Thanks for watching.